Ladies and gentlemen, now in today's video we're going to be checking out the brand new 3v3 team PvP feature on the Japanese version of 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. And just putting all the teams together, man, has been so much hassle because you can't use the same character on like a different team. So for example, I'm using like Blue King on the first team, which means that I can't use like Red or Green King on any other team. So it's very, very annoying, man. However, I gone for 3 teams, and one thing that makes it like even more annoying as well is that it's geared PvP. So ideally, if you want gear on all your characters and associations, you need 24 sets of gear for this. It's a little bit crazy. You can get away with, I would imagine, like 12 sets of gear, so you just got the gear on the characters. But yeah, I imagine if you want to get super sweaty, super try hard, man, it's going to be 24 sets of gear. It's a lot to build out there. However, we're gonna give this a go. Again, this is my first time going in. I've just spent about 15 minutes like sweating over everything here, so that's my first team. So do I accept that? I think again, I can't read the text here, so I'm not too sure exactly what's going on. Okay, so by doing that, we've locked in all of our characters, equipment, and teams for 24 hours. So let's try some of the actual PvP now. I would imagine, looking at the you know, comparative like overall CC being like right at the bottom and starting up, we are going to have a fair advantage. But let's go for it, man. Let's see what happens. So apparently, I read this in the patch notes yesterday. Again, I haven't tried it out or seen any gameplay just yet, but apparently it's all played on auto, which sounds very, very, very lame, man. The best part about PvP is that you get to play against other players, and with like a little bit of skill, a little bit of strategy, you know, you can punch above by doing some smart 500 IQ plays. That's the big part. So I feel like having everything on auto, if that is the case, we definitely can't press any buttons, right? So let's have a bit of a look here. Okay, so the commandment goes active, and then, yeah, it just goes auto. And the AI is a massive simp. So yeah, it just isn't even fun. I don't want to watch the gameplay auto, bro. You know, it's like the worst part of the game is actually like watching the gameplay auto. It does have a skip feature as well, but why would you add in auto PvP? Like, it's not like Hearthstone when you got Battlegrounds and having kind of the automated systems that has. It's more about the strategy and building. But I feel like here, I just don't feel like it works in 7 Deadly Sins. Because auto's just too unpredictable. There's no skill or strategy. It's just really a case of, you know, who's got 24 gear sets. And then it's just RNG for the most part. But it's not like interesting RNG. This is basically just like a glorified version of patrol missions. And the arena's so cool, man. They made this entire arena for a mode of gameplay that people are just gonna skip. Right? You have no say in anything that happens. Who thought this would be a good idea? Who thought players would like this? I mean, they're like their awards, but I don't know if maybe I speak for myself here, but the best bit for me about playing games is playing the games and not looking at auto do it, man. I don't mind it for farming and boring tasks, but I feel like the one thing that 7 Deadly Sins really builds up to is PvP. Like, for a lot of players, man, that's like a big selling point of the game. And to have this 3v3, I think the setup, man, is actually really, really good. I think the fact that it takes gear into account, I think there should be normal and ungeared, because I think kind of splitting all the characters across 3 teams makes for a very interesting meta overall, where you can't just force like a single team strategy. You've got to mix it up and go for like a few different things. And of course, Blue Dean Meliodas is always going to use Corrosion, bro. That's a terrible play from Lilia. That's so bad. Oh my goodness. Wow. Who thought this would be a good idea? players like playing PvP. Right? You know? Am I being silly here, guys? I'm very interested. Please comment on this video. Let me know your thoughts on the new 3v3. But as somebody that whose like biggest interest in 7 Deadly Sins is PvP, to see like this as the future of the game, just like, what? It's so lame, man. It's so lame. Just there, we just get to watch auto. Sitting here looking at memes on Reddit. Wow. There's a part of it that's just it's just a bit depressing. I don't know if I'm the only one feeling this, man. But yeah, I really hope there is a huge amount of negative backlash surrounding this 3v3 glorified patrol missions mode of gameplay, which is yeah, rubbish. So let's let's skip past the gameplay itself, because the gameplay is an absolute joke, and have a look at the reward structure and system, because obviously there is going to be what is it, some merit in that regard. So it's kind of like, okay, you load up all of these teams and you can just fight them, but let's go for this one. Let's fight Goku here, and if we put the skip on, and then let's go for a cheeky little play here. Okay, so Droll summons his arena. Oh man, I feel really bad for all the animators that worked. Okay, so it's just like calculating. Oh, cool. Okay, so King's All, I guess, took those out. So just quickly simulates the match, like, super quickly. But it's not really, like, any feeling of satisfaction. You know? It's like, it's just patrol missions. It's just patrol missions with a loading time, man. It's not actual PvP. Well, it's kind of... It's not player versus player. It's just 20 IQ Simpbot versus 20 IQ Simpbot. The players that are just going to win this one are the ones with most CC. What's all going to boil down to? Because it kind of is like that in normal PvP, man. Normal PvP, at least in my opinion, for both geared and ungeared scenarios, is very in the favour of pay to win. But I think the thing that makes PvP very exciting is that you can outplay certain teams using various counter comps and also interesting counterplay as well. That's what just makes the game so enjoyable, is the manual input. So I just don't know. I don't know. Was there like feedback? People like, oh, we hate playing PvP. I feel like some days you can hate playing PvP. I think that's valid. Everybody has those days, man, where they're like, oh, it's not going too well today. Let's go for next match. What happens if we do all of these? How many entries do we have? Where are our tokens? And are we getting currency per win, or is it like doled out? Because there is a shop as well, a brand new shop associated with 3v3 team PvP. I'm just bummed, man. Like, I was really looking forward to a like a brand new fresh start for PvP in this game, or something that was very different from the regular. And I feel like they have the format here. I don't think the format is a bad format, because I think, you know, making people diversify. I do think one thing that's bad about the format is the fact that it does include gear. So you need like 24 gear sets. And the problem is, like, the meta is going to shift and change a lot when it comes to top tier characters, especially for like 3v3 team PvP. So I think it should be ungeared for like quite some time, or like not factor in stuff like UR gear. That's maybe a bit too much. But yeah, the fact that it just goes straight and we're like factoring a gear, man, don't like it. It gives me bad vibes. Definitely gives me very bad vibes there. Okay, so I've done some matches so far. So is there like a... I got this little, this cheeky little box here. I imagine this is in our inventory there. Oh, and we got a payout. So depending on your bracket, you get a certain amount of coins every... I'm not too sure if it's like day well, every few days there. I'm not really too sure as to the frequency of the payout just yet. Kind of looks like every day, just by initial glance there. Let's also go for this mysterious PvP box. And we used to get 3 SR pendants. So I don't know if you can get that like every single day. But like effort-wise, you know, it's not much effort at all for the rewards. It's very, very low effort. And in some of the higher tiers, you got additional stuff like anvils, you got SSR pendants as well. You've even got like 6-star awakening stones as well, which is very, very nice. So rewards-wise, there's a lot of cool stuff here, man. I certainly can't knock, you know, the prizes that they've actually put up for grabs. But the thing is, it's just a bit of a rubbish mode of gameplay. It's just, you know, exactly the same as patrol missions, really, apart from the fact that it covers your gear as well. I'm not very impressed. I'm not very impressed. Like, I want a game that I can play, and not a game like, if all the game's auto, it's just boring. You need something to work toward. And a lot of players, I feel this on global now. I feel like I'm looking for the next stage of PvP, and to have like 3v3 team PvP come out and it just be this, it's just lame. Just really, really lame. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'm disappointed, very disappointed. I think this is absolute shite. But yeah, aside from that, thank you very much for watching. Today's very underwhelming. First look at 3v3 Team PvP, or as I like to call it, Patrol 2.0 PvP edition. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.